Two foods can look exactly the same, but why is it that one may nourish you and the other one may deplete you of your energy, your clarity, and your overall health? Well, the answer is actually pretty simple. The quality of your food can really determine whether it's healthy or not. Today, I will be breaking down the truth about food qualities and what you choose really matters way more than you may realize. From eggs to meats, from oils to breads, from honey to water, plus more. We'll be breaking all of that down today and we'll show you exactly how to choose foods that support your body instead of actually working against it. Let's go. First up is eggs. Conventional eggs versus organic pasture-raised eggs. Conventional eggs come from chickens that are raised indoor, fed GMO grains, and are exposed to antibiotics. This means that they're getting little to no sun, they're not getting any fresh air, they're not eating their proper diet, and their DNA is being tampered with. So, as you could imagine, those eggs are much lower in omega 3s, vitamin D, and antioxidants. Now, the organic pasture raised eggs are coming from hens that are raised outdoor with plenty of space, receive plenty of sunlight, and is breathing fresh air on the regular. Not only that, they're also eating their proper diet. They're eating real food, grass, and insects. The difference in nutrition is massive in comparison. And you could even see this in the yolks. Now, let's talk about meats. Grain fed meats versus grass finished meats. Now, notice I said grass finished. The reason why I didn't just say grass fed is because grass fed can be misleading. If they fed them grass one time throughout the timeline of raising them, they can actually put grass fed legally. Now, if they put 100% grass fed or grass finished, that's what you're looking for. That's the good quality. That means they fed them grass throughout the whole entirety of their lifespan. Conventional beef is grain fed, which means that they're higher in inflammatory omega 6 fats and usually raised with hormones and antibiotics. Grass finished beef, on the other hand, is leaner and richer in omega 3s, vitamins A and E, and CLA. CLA is a fatty acid that's linked to lower inflammation and fat loss. Same animal, but completely different nutrition. Fish, farm raised fish versus wild caught fish. Yo, you know what's crazy? I actually just recently seen a study that said farm raised salmon is basically the worst thing you could put in your body. Like, it's the most toxic thing you could put in your body. And now I don't know the legitimacy of that article, but if that's true, that's kind of crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Anyways, farm raised fish are fed grains and soy, which leads to lower omega 3s and higher contaminants. Wild caught fish, on the other hand, eats what they're naturally supposed to be eating, which means that you get cleaner protein with that and a way better healthy fat profile. And just to add, a lot of these sea vegetables, such as sea moss, wakame, nori, kelp, and so on, are part of these animals' diets, which are extremely high in nutrients. So a wild caught fish nutritional profile is going to be way better than any farm raised fish that's not eating any of those. Dairy, conventional versus A2A2. Most conventional dairy contain the A1 protein, which is much harder to digest and is linked to digestive discomforts. Now, the A2A2 milk naturally only contains the A2 protein, which makes it much more tolerable by much more people. Now, don't get me wrong, you can still be lactose intolerant to this milk, but it's less likely. And when it comes to grass fed cows, it carries a stronger nutrient profile. Okay, now I think I covered all the animal products. Now let's move on from the animal products to the plant based products. This applies on both sides of the spectrum. Your quality really matters. Subscribe. Conventional produce versus organic produce. Conventional produce is grown with pesticides and synthetic fertilizers. Now, don't get me wrong, and I want to make this clear. Organic produce is not exempt from these things, but it is a lot more cleaner. And it usually has a higher nutritional profile, especially antioxidants, due to the healthier soil that is grown in. Remember, you are what you eat, and you're not just only eating fruits. You're also eating everything that is grown with too. Sourdough bread versus regular bread. Honestly, in my opinion, nobody should be eating regular bread. Like, it's one of the worst things you could possibly put in your body. Regular bread is made fast with refined flour, and this is why it spikes your blood sugar so high. Now, a lot of people with diabetes don't know this, but they usually run and blame the sugar. But refined carbohydrates like bread could be just as guilty, if not even more guilty, for your diabetes. Sourdough bread is a far better choice. It's actually the only bread that I eat for real. It's naturally fermented, which means that it has a lower gluten content. It helps improve digestibility, and it creates nutrients that the body can absorb easily. This is the only bread that I eat right here. Simple needs. I'll leave a link down below. I don't have no affiliate link with them or nothing like that. I'm just showing love because this is actually a very good product. I'm not getting paid from them at all, but I might have to holler at them. They gonna have to sponsor me or something. Hello, sprouted versus non-sprouted foods. Now, the main foods that you can sprout are your nuts and seeds, your grains, and your legumes. Now, it is some vegetables and stuff that you can sprout too, but these are the main things. Simply put, sprouted foods unlock nutrients that are otherwise blocked by anti-nutrients. Sprouting your nuts and seeds, grains, and legumes makes it more digestible and more nutritious. Raw cacao versus cocoa. Now, just to be clear, both of these come from the same plant, they're just processed differently. Cocoa is heated at very high temperatures, killing a lot of the antioxidants and other nutrients in it. On the other hand, raw cacao preserves magnesium, flavonoids, and other compounds that improve mood and circulation. Sea salt versus table salt. Table salt is stripped, bleached, and usually filled with anti-caking agents. Now, real salt, sea salt or Himalayan, contains natural minerals in it that the body actually uses for hydration and cellular function. Extra virgin olive oil versus processed seed oils. Now, I just want to make a disclaimer, right? Because people always say seed oils is bad, and it is, but the ultra processed seed oils is bad, right? It's some seed oils that's actually not bad for you. They're actually good, such as sesame oil, hemp seed oil, right? These are good seed oils. The ones that's highly processed are the ones you need to stay away from. I don't know what it is, but for some reason, they kind of put all the bad oils under the umbrella name of seed oils. So be careful. Seed oils like soy, corn, canola are heavily processed and easily oxidized. This brings your inflammation to the moon, bro. This is literally one of the worst shits you could ever put in your body. Like, don't do it. Hands down, one of the worst things you could put in your body. Raw honey versus processed honey. Now, I did a whole entire video strictly on honey. So if you want to see that, click this right here. Processed honey is heated and filtered and often blended with syrups. Raw honey is untouched, full of enzymes, antioxidants, and natural immune supporting compounds. It's more than just a sweetener, it's functional food. Now let's talk about your beverages, your water and juices. Water quality. Bad water versus good water. Tap water often carries chlorine, fluoride, and residue. Plastic bottled water can contain microplastics, but spring water in a glass contains minerals and avoids plastic contamination. Now, these two waters are the waters that are at the extreme ends, with tap water being the worst and spring water being the best. But it's also a lot of water in between, like reverse osmosis water, distilled water, which are also good, right? Only thing with distilled water is that it lacks minerals, but it is very pure. So do your research. Anything is better than tap water, though. Remember that. Cold pressed juice versus centrifugal juice. A centrifugal juicer is just a fancy way to say a fast spinning juicer. A centrifugal juicer creates heat and oxidation, destroying enzymes and other nutrients in it. A slow cold press juicer keeps all the nutrients intact and give you a richer and cleaner juice. If you notice, in the grand scheme of things, it's really just a trend of processed foods versus whole foods. Ultra processed foods strip away the fiber and the nutrients while also adding inflammatory oils, sugars, and chemicals, while whole foods carry everything you need: fiber, mineral, enzymes, and natural balance. So the truth is simple: food quality matters. Two foods could look exactly the same, but yet behave way differently in your body. When you choose the highest quality that your budget can allow, your energy, digestion, skin, sleep, and overall health all improve. The quality of your food can really determine whether it's healthy or not. Drop a comment and tell me what's one food swap you've already made or plan on making after watching this video. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and share this with somebody that cares about their health. Peace.